Hi guys, how are you? This is Abel Tejeda, and today we're going to be talking about the 10 most frequently asked questions about VA eligibility. First question is, how do I get a VA loan? As simple as that question sounds, a lot of people don't even know where to start. You can't just simply go to the VA or the Department of the VA to obtain a loan. You have to go to a financial institution, bank, or direct lender that actually does VA loans. For example, American Mortgage Group. Next question is, what determines how much you can borrow from the VA? And that's a really good question, and all that information is contained in your COE or Certificate of Eligibility. How do you get the Certificate of Eligibility? You can either go to the VA and get it from them, or you can have your lender get it for you. That way you don't have to worry about it. But what is an acceptable proof of military service? Well, that depends. If you're still serving, what we'll need is a statement of service. That way we can obtain all your information, has your name, address, social security. Now, if you are retired or separated from the military, we will need your DD-214 to determine and be able to obtain your certificate of eligibility. So what if you don't have your statement of service or your DD-214? Can you still obtain a VA loan? And the answer is yes, of course. The only thing we'll need will be for you to fill out the VA 1880 form, and we'll be able to gather all your military record information. And with that, we can go ahead and obtain your certificate of eligibility and determine how much you qualify for. Next question is, can I have a cosigner help me buy a house using a VA? And the answer is yes, but it depends. The only cosigner you can have is your spouse. So you have to be legally married to be able to use your spouse's income. For example, if you have a domestic partner, you can't, unfortunately, use their income. You're only going to be able to use your income to help you qualify. Now, you can have other people on title of the property, but unfortunately not under the VA insured loan. If I already have a VA loan, can I get another one? The answer is yes. How much? Well, that all depends how much entitlement you have left after the purchase of your previous home. But let's say, for example, you bought a home, you sold it. So what happens at that point? You're able to restore your eligibility to be able to buy another property. Now, a lot of people think that you can only have one VA loan at a time, and that is not totally correct. You can have multiple VA loans at the same time. For example, if you're stationed in San Diego, you can buy a property here. Then if you get transferred to a station in, say, North Carolina, you're able to buy another property in North Carolina based on how much entitlement you have left, which, remember, your certificate of eligibility will tell you how much you can borrow. Now, can you get a VA loan if you had a bankruptcy in the past? The answer is yes. Now, we have to determine if it's a Chapter 7 or Chapter 13 because they are handled differently. But yes, definitely. For example, if you had a Chapter 7 after 2 years and you reestablished your FICO score, having at least a minimum of a 580, we're able to lend on a VA loan all over again. So the fact that you had a bankruptcy shouldn't stop you from getting a home. It's always good to sit down, see exactly where you stand, and more than anything, see where you stand as far as your FICO credit goes. That way, if you're not there, at least we can show you the way and point you on what it is that you need to do to get your score to where you're able to get a VA loan. Now, a lot of people are concerned about overpaying for a property. The beauty of the VA is that even if you wanted to, you couldn't. You need an appraisal. And the reason for it, not only an appraisal, a VA appraisal, because the VA will not lend you more money than the property is worth. And on top of that, the VA has to make sure that the property meets certain criteria and certain codes and certain condition of the property to be able to lend. So that is a really good layer of protection for every VA buyer. Thank you for watching my video. I hope this information is useful for any future VA buyers. Don't forget to follow my blog. And if you have any questions or if you would want me to talk about anything mortgage related, please reply and let me know. And the same thing, if you want to know how much you qualify for, if you're eligible for a VA loan, please contact me via email or phone. Let's set up an appointment, sit down and see exactly where you stand. Thank you.